July event, the budgeted amount was almost $74,000 for a one-day event. We talked to them, the mayor and I, earlier today about potentially doing a two-day event. They initially agreed, but we heard late back today, they don't think they can meet the timeline for the event, July 4th. They don't think they can plan this and get this done by the 4th. But on our end, we don't have anything budgeted on the general fund side for the July 4th event. I know that the mayor and others have expressed a desire to have the July 4th event, but we will not, we limited last year's expenses to under $10,000. We had a fireworks show and food at the pool for those that attended. But if we're gonna pull anything out of the general fund, we're asking on that and not to exceed, budget of $2,000. But no, we could probably squeeze a couple more dollars out of the event, but we don't have a plan right now for the event.
Right.
Just 4th of July.
How much money have we given them already?
We cut a check for, who was here? I wanna say we just cut them one check of $40,000.
Okay, and how long ago was that?
The initial check was cut months back, but I think it was cashed in a month or so ago.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what have they done in those months or so,
Right now,
other than connect the light?
right now, from what I understand from speaking to Mr. Rendon, as they are getting situated, getting the building the way they need it, as far as furniture, computers, what they need to operate. And then, from what I'm gathering is what they contemplated here was trying to do an event, but they just don't think they can meet that timeline.
The only reason I'm saying that is because if we gave them checks months ago, 40 grand,
Yes, sir.
and since that time, they have only been able to turn on the light, can they do an event in 2 months for 75,000?
Well, they just said they could. I mean, they
Yeah, no,
just-
but I'm saying even a one-day event.
Well,
I mean, show us something with a small event, at least with the 40,000, before you come to the table and ask for 75,000
Yeah.
for a one-day event.
Yeah, I think they know, our discussion with them, it has to be, remember the Heads to Beds, a two-day event.
Correct.
Hispanic Heritage is a two-day event. And any other event like that, we're asking that they do a two-day event because it does makes it really difficult. I've spoken to the city attorney about, what we, the implications would be to not
Because
draw Heads to Beds, but yes.
the chamber is not only for doing events, they should be providing other services on top of that.
That was part of the discussion the mayor and I had with what they have on the horizon. And again, to their credit, they do have some ideas. They're asking us from the city what we have or what we're working on, and we've shared some of those things that we're working on. But I think for me moving forward, my recommendation to the council is start looking at community drives for membership, getting more people involved. And those are, to me, are smaller, and then ultimately including them with some of the plans moving forward as far as, what the city.
I mean, get the local businesses, I know sometime back when the chamber was operational, they used to have a lot of local businesses involved in the chamber, create flyers, that way when someone calls and asks about the city, that's the first point of contact, I think, that a business would do if they wanna come into town, they go to the Chamber of Commerce. And then they go from there.
So that's what, I think they've expressed that, I know they have to start working. Everyone out in on
Yeah, Councilman, these are great questions, y'all, and it has been a long time coming. Again, this is a volunteer organization, they've had some turbulence. They had some difficulty with opening up their account because they had done some things inaccurately. They finally got that corrected, that's why they couldn't cash the check because the account wasn't open. But they got that done literally last month, so they really just started operating. And so a lot of the conversation today was about this 4th of July event, but after that, it was like, okay, what are you fixing to do? What are you gonna do to help develop economic engine in this community? We talked about a bunch of the things. We have 70 acres that we own, city. We have 15 acres out there by the police department. We talked to her about those. We talked about the tours. We talked about things that are already in place that the chamber should know, so that when people call and say, hey, we've got stuff, and that we're gonna talk to you guys about that, the 70 acres and the 15 acres, what we can do to incentivize, development, people to come in with businesses or homes or something, but work together, you know, and so we really, kind of the overall conversation was, great, we're glad you're up and running, now get running, you know, because we really need to see some things happening. I mean, I'm ready to write a check for my car wash, for those things, to join membership, to give them money to start doing that stuff. And we wanted to see them take a leadership role in some of these parties, pachangas or whatever we do, so they can raise money themselves.
I mean, I just think that, I hate to be the Grinch of 4th of July, but I think it's too soon for them to take a big event like that. I think that they should get themselves walking first, and then after they walk, they can run into an event like that.
And by virtue of what the city manager said, they've divested, they said we can't, they recognize that they couldn't, but anyway, but that being the case, I mean, we need to do something, Fred,
We'll
no.
do a small event,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
will do something, we will do something. That was fun, we had popsicles and hot
I mean,
dogs.
I do believe we
Your
should do
husband talked a
something,
long time.
but every community around us, Dilly, is doing a huge one.
We'll
What
get
we
there.
need to do, I always said, let's do a big one, if you wanna do something big, whatever, but do it something off of the schedule where we can get massive people here, because there's nothing going on in Dilly, there's nothing going on in Cachula, nothing in Divine, nothing in Honda, where they can come here and, hey,
Well, hopefully,
let's maximize it.
council, hopefully they'll take the ball and run with it, but the conversation today was, okay, great, you're all up and running now, let's see some results.
Yeah,
Let's
and I
see
think
some
that's why the
results.
Hispanic Fest is such a success, because no one else is doing that.
Yeah,
And we're the only ones there.
but if not, here comes the budget time, so this is a time where we need to put a table, what do we wanna see and implement?
But we'll let-
Not just wait around and.
I agree with that. I think part of
we need to.
part of the budget process there, I mean, that did come up, but there wasn't, but this year, really, we do need to hear from the council what events, because I think last year we mentioned it, but there wasn't much discussion, but leave it at that. But this year, if we're gonna have a 4th of July event, we can budget for it, we just need to know,
Well, we had talked about possibly, but then we said,
Right.
oh, let's give it to chamber,
Yeah.
and we,
Yeah.
here we go.
We could increase the taxes by 1 cent and put that for events.
I don't know, but I don't know what to tax.
We'll have that discussion later. Where are you going?
No, I'm just stretching.
Okay, all right. All right. What else we got? Yes,
When
ma'am.
we do vote though, because everybody just looks at each other, when we do vote to have, when they say, do you wanna have a function, 4th of July, Cinco de Mayo, whatever, we all need to say yes, instead of waiting till the people to come complain to us, and then we're like, oh, we can have this, we can have that, no, that's why we need to vote for more in here, what events we wanna have.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Budget time, remember that.
Okay,
Okay, what else? Other general announcements, council?
Give it to
Anything?
chamber.
Anybody?
Guys, I'd just like to say that, Washington DC trip was a success. I think, I think that, I was very impressed. We really represented the city of Pearsall. We even came out on Ted Cruz's, I think it's called X platform now.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Bipartisan.
We
We're
saw the president right in front of
I
us.
mean, we all went, I mean, in the group that we went, we're all affiliated with different parties, but when we're actually there present in front of, whether it be a Democrat or Republican, we were biased, we did what we had to do, and I think that we will probably be seeing some money trickle down towards the city of Pearsall.
We need to see that, that's
Yeah.
part. But let me also say, you guys looked great too. Y'all looked awesome.
Well,
Very
we're actually looking, Ernie, Mr. Gonzalez text July the 15th, the week of July the 15th, we requested, from Ted Cruz office, an economic summit
Tony Gonzalez.
to come to Pearsall.
Nice.
Tony Gonzalez, sorry.
Okay.
So it looks like that's gonna happen,
Good.
so. I
The week
believe
of
that-
July 15th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tony Gonzalez is the one that's going to spearhead it.
so HUD should be here, Department of Education should be here,
Cool.
some other agencies.
And which is gonna be a great thing, because that's a moment where all the communities around us will
Oh,
be
for sure.
coming in.
Okay, great, great. And a little update, guys, we have agreed to provide some active shooter training, which is right around the corner. City manager and I are gonna meet with some folks tomorrow to get ready for that, and it's not just active shooter, but it's training for emergencies. So we're gonna get some people in here to kind of train a bunch of trainers, so anyway, that's on the docket, and there'll be more about that,
So
so.
citizens can sign up?
We'll,
Oh,
we need some, we need some live actors, so you put a, come
you
in.
run.
Anyway, that's out there, be ready, so anyway, we can do some more training for emergencies, and it's broad brush, it can help in any kind of disaster, so.
Council,
More
we
to follow
also
on
see
that.
what Ms. Moran mentioned, we are, the housing push, we are pushing. And what I'm getting at that, we have these two solicitations will come out this next week, probably, I think I can get them done. Solicitations for, the land that Mayor mentioned. Solicitations, we're looking for somebody, a group, we have one that's shown interest at least, for housing. We're offering to work with them on our two, which is a 70-acre tract and the 15-acre tract that's over there. But the solicitations are basically gonna invite groups to see if they're interested in land to develop. So that's what we're gonna work on, and we'll have something hopefully to you in June or July. The other one is gonna be, we think we've sold Old City Hall, that piece, the PACE program. I haven't introduced that to the council, but it's a program that helps with old, not old, excuse me, downtown properties that are, historical. So it's a program that we'll look into as well, but that'll be coming, and then we are taking a trip, and I would ask the council to, Ms. Moran, schedule something for, in McAllen. We're looking to meet with a group, a housing group, it's a nonprofit housing group, and they have an office in McAllen, or is it in?
Brownsville.
It's in Brownsville, excuse me. And that group is gonna be, we're gonna be meeting with them. So what they do, from what I gather, is they're a nonprofit group that provides housing for communities. And so, sounds like they've been successful in the valley. My preference is if we can build something like that here in Pearsall, why not build a homes here? I still believe that can happen, and we'll try. We will try.
All right, council, any other general announcements?
Motion to adjourn.
That being said, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, third, fourth, fifth, all in favor?
Do you need these back?
Yeah.
No, I don't, I don't continue.